here, and you guys are watching me on my YouTube channel Serah Reads, and I hope all you guys are doing well and good. So today I'm back with yet another video of doing a Q&A about the books that I have read. So this idea was suggested by my subscriber, and I'm so thankful to you for encouraging me to post so much videos. And without any further ado, let's get into the video of Q&A about the books that I have read. So the first question is, favorite author of the year? The answer to that question is none other than Gillian Flynn. Yes, I have read the 2 books written by her, and I am really amazed by her writing skills. Of course, she is an amazing author. I really liked her, the way she writes. This novel, The Sharp Objects, was her debut novel, and something that I should tell you is that we would never feel that it's a debut novel. Yes, she had wrote it that much perfectly. The next book, Gone Girl, it was so much popular. I have already made a review about this book and it's amazing. I should tell you, it's one of my 5 out of 5 read of this year, and that's why I said she is my favorite author. The next question is, favorite books in thriller. So okay, my favorite books in thrillers are A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have already done a review about this book in Malayalam, and I got 2.4k views for that, and thank you so much. And the next book is Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Yeah, it's also one of my favorite. And the next is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. And I should tell you, this is one among the few thrillers that I have read in my beginner stage, and it's really amazing. The next book is, this is the first thriller that I've ever read in my life, and that is One Arranged Murder by Chetan Bhagat. I have already said that as an Indian girl, I have read the first book, the first very fiction novel that I have read was written by Chetan Bhagat, and that was the sole reason why I have bought this thriller by Chetan Bhagat, and it's also amazing. And the next book is the first book which made me cry. Yes, that is The Hidden Child by Camilla Lackberg. I really like this book. This book holds a special place in my heart, and I want all you guys to read it as well. The next book is Silent Patient. No words. I should tell you, every single one of you watching this should read this. You know, this was so much hyped, and when I started reading this, I thought, it will be overhyped. And after reading it only, I realized the reason why it was hyped. It is not hyped. It is given the recognition that it deserves. Okay, so I want all you guys to read it as well. The next book is the novel Gone Girl. Yeah, I have already talked about this book earlier, and I have already done a review about this book as well. So the next question is, favorite books in fantasy. So I'm not a person who's into fantasy. Like, I don't like fantasy that much, but still I have read a few fantasy novels, and my top favorite is Harry Potter. Yes, I'm a Potterhead, and of course I do love Harry Potter very much, and that is my favorite fantasy novel. So those 7 books are my personal favorite, and the novel The Prisoner of the Azkaban is my personal favorite as well. And the next thing is that I have also read quite a few fantasy novels, and I want to introduce them to you as well, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yes, I have annotated it a little bit. Actually, it was a nice novel. Yeah, since I am not a person who is into fantasy that much, I like this book, and there are a few books as well in this series. This is the first book, and the next book, A Court of Mist, and I don't remember, sorry. So that book which I am planning to read, I think I will read it soon. The next book is Night Circus. Sorry for the broken spines. It is a very nice read. I really like the story as well. And also, one thing that I want to let you guys know is that this is not a beginner friendly novel. Yes, I read this book in my beginner stage, and I was not having a very good relationship with this book. Reading this, since it's very, it's quite a bit complicatedly written, so I don't think it's a beginner friendly book. If you have read a lot of books and you know how books are written, you have got that idea of writing, then I should say it's a nice novel, but it's not that beginner friendly. The next question is favorite Japanese fiction. I have read only a few Japanese fictions in my life. Most of them are written by Murakami. Other than Murakami, my favorite Japanese fiction is Days at the Murasaki Bookshop. I have already did a review about this book, so you guys could watch that. And the next book is my personal favorite novel, that is 1Q84. Yes, this is my favorite novel, and as you guys could see, yeah, it's so thicky, and this book is around 1318 pages, but I should tell you that it's worth reading. Absolutely, it's worth reading, and this is my favorite novel, my baby. I like this book more than anything else in this world, and this is the number one book that I would die to read once again for the first time. So the next question is unforgettable book and author of the year. So since the question was specifically asked about this year, and that's why I have picked two books, and the first one is Life is What You Make It by Pradesh and I. So before that, I must tell you a story. I started reading in the year 2020, as many of you guys might know. So one of the few books that I have read in my beginner era was the novel Wake Up, Life is Calling by Pradesh and I. So this book was a sequel to the book Life is What You Make It. So the day that I have read this book, I decided to read the first book, but it took me 4 years to read this first book. Yes, 4 years to read the first book. Not because it was too pricey, not because I was busy. I just couldn't buy it. I don't know why, but this book literally changed my life. Yeah. Wake Up, Life is Calling. It's one of my favorites, my personal favorite novel, but still I couldn't read the first one. So this year I decided to read the first book, and that is why I said that this is an unforgettable book. Because I read this book at the worst time of my life this year. Therefore, this is an unforgettable book which helped me to heal. Pradesh and I is one of my favorite authors. She's a very nice, kind-hearted person who encourages me to post so much videos as well. So that's why I said she is an unforgettable author. Yeah. The next book is Ram Care of Vananthi, written by Akhil P. Dharmajan. So this book as well, I have read it at the very changing phase of my life this year. So this book also holds a special place in my heart since I have read it at the very crucial time. It really helped me with the change that happened in my life that time. It's a kind of a cinematic novel that this book literally helped me. So that's why I said he is an unforgettable author of the year and an unforgettable book of the year. This question is the most read genre and most read author. So actually it's a easy question, because as many of you guys might know that my most read genre, my most favorite genre is none other than thriller. Yes, I'm a thriller girl. I love that genre very much. So that's why my most read genre is thriller. And the next question is the most read author. So actually that's there are two authors actually. The first one is of course J.K. Rowling, because I have read the 7 books of the Harry Potter series, and the next person is an Indian author, and that is none other than Amish Tripathi. I have read the Shiva trilogy written by him, and I have read the Ramachandra series also written by him, and I also have read the Sohal Dev written by him. So altogether 7 books by the same author. Therefore J.K. Rowling and Amish Tripathi is the two authors whose book that I have read it the most. And the novel Shiva trilogy is my personal favorite when it comes to Amish Tripathi, and the Prisoner of the Azkaban is my personal favorite when it comes to Harry Potter. So the next question is Malayalam books vaayikkarundo. Of course, yes, I have read quite a few Malayalam books, and let me introduce it to you guys. So the first one is Oru Police Sergeant Ormakuruppugal by Dr. B. Umadathan. This doctor, Dr. B. Umadathan, he is a police surgeon, a forensic surgeon, and he talks about the cases that he have done in his career, and it's really amazing since it is a true story. It's really amazing. The next book is Ente Jeevithathile Moonu Tettukal, The Three Mistakes of My Life, written by Chetan Bhagat. As an Indian girlie, Chetan Bhagat is a mandatory author for every Indian readers. Yeah. The next book is, I've already introduced it to you guys, that is Ram Kero Fananti. Yeah, I have already said this about this book. I need to tell you guys one more thing, that I have read actually a lot of Malayalam books from my school library. Since I don't own them, I have took it from the library and read it. I can't show you guys which all are they. And yeah, I have read a lot of Malayalam books from there as well. Yeah. The next question is the most recommended book to your viewers. Yeah, I think that's a hard question. So I think the first book is 1Q84. Yeah, 1Q84, because I have talked a lot about that book. 1Q84. The next one would be maybe Gone Girl. Yeah, Gone Girl. I have actually talked a lot about that book as well. So yeah, these two books, 1Q84 and Gone Girl, and also The Hidden Child, maybe. Yeah, that's also my favorite book. Hidden Child and also Silent Patient. Yeah, I think these four books. So the next question is disappointed or worst reading. Yes, there is, and I'm saying this not to disappoint any authors or anyone watching this, but for me personally, a book that disappointed me was three books, that is the books that belong to the Ramachandra series, and that is Ram, Sita, Ravan. I really felt so boring reading those three novels, because the novel Ram, it is written in the perspective of Ram. The novel Sita, the same story of Ramayana written from the perspective of Sita. Then the novel Ravan, it is the same story of Ramayana written in the perspective of Ravan. So literally these three books are about the same story, same characters, everything literally the same, but different perspective. That's all changes in these three books. So I really felt so boring. The first two novels, Ram and Sita, was okay. Reading a story and reading again that story. And when it comes to Ravan also, we were reading the same story. Ramayana is a kind of a thing that we are hearing from childhood. Since it is rewritten in a different format, doesn't make it more interesting. It's only gonna make us more boredom towards it. So that what happened with me when I was reading that books. So I say the worst reading of my life were those three books. But on the other hand, Shiva trilogy, written by the same Amish Tripathi, is one of my personal favorite series. Yes, I literally cried reading those three books. I really like those three books, and they are my personal favorite as well. So therefore, I'm not saying this author is a bad writer or anything like that. The books he has written, specifically these three novels, were disappointing for me. And also that Suhaldev, written by the same author, that was also amazing, I should say. It was really worth reading as well. So I'm not saying it's about the author. It's not about the author. It's about the book, those three books. So the next question is least favorite author. Actually, I don't have an answer for that question. I have heard a lot of people telling that it is Cool and Hover because she is a kind of an author who romanticizes abuse. Okay, she is a kind of a person who takes abuse as a form of romance, which I personally don't like. Okay, I'm not for that single reason I'm saying colon hover, but her writing skills are amazing. The next question is least readed genre. Which is that? Of course, it is horror because I have never read a horror novel in my life. I have bought the novel It by Stephen King and I am really longing to read this, and it consists of around 1300 or something pages like that. So yeah, I'm really longing to read it. Yeah, so that's my least rated genre. So the next question is what about Murakami books? So Murakami, Haruki Murakami, he is my favorite author. Yes, he is my favorite author. I have read the first Murakami book in 2021, I guess. Yes, in 2021. And at that time, the book that I have read was Birthday Girl, and it consists of just 49 pages, which I didn't really like much. Yes, I didn't really like much that book. The next book that I have read was 1Q84, which is my personal favorite, and that's why I fell in love with the author Murakami, and that's why I have read the second novel Killing Commentator, which also I didn't really like it much. The only novel that I liked very much by Murakami was 1Q84, and still Murakami is my favorite author. Why? Because of the way he writes things. What about self-help books? Okay, about self-help books, the first book that I've ever read in my life is a self-help book, and that is You Can Win by Shiv Khera. This is my personal favorite novel ever. This is a book which helped me to ace in the dark days of my life, and yeah, this is my personal favorite self-help book, and I want all you guys to read it as well if you guys are going through a dark time. Yes, this is my favorite novel, my first ever novel. Yes, my first ever self-help novel. My everything. Yeah, I should say I would rate it a 5 out of 5. Yeah. The next question is favorite Indian author. Yeah, my favorite Indian author, I should tell you, that's Amish Tripathi. He is my personal favorite since he had written one of my favorite Shiva trilogy. And the next one is Priti Shanai. Of course, she have written the two beautiful books which I am really in love with. That is Wake Up, Life is Calling, and also Life is What You Make It. So therefore, Priti Shanai, and also Chetan Bhagat. His novel, One Arranged Murder. See, that book is one of my personal favorite, and yeah, a few Malayalam books that I have read, including Ram Care of Ananthi, therefore Akhil P. Dharmachan, and the Police Sergeant Orma Kurupagal, Dr. B. Umadatan. Every single Indian book that I have read is really amazing. And also there is one more author that I think that I should mention, that is Jumba Lahiri. She is not an Indian author. Like actually I guess she's an American author, Indo-American author. So yeah, she also writes books very well, and I should also remind you guys that she's not a beginner friendly author. Yes, she is not a beginner friendly author. Of course, I should tell you that. So yeah, these are all the questions that I got, and I hope this video helped you guys out there. And if you really liked this video, make sure that you have liked this video, and also please do share it to your all bookish loving friends, and also subscribe this channel for more bookish content. So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next video. Bye.